when you are talking about the global biodiversity loss, invasive species are at, I would say, like at the fourth place, right? It's causing problem to global biodiversity. And in Sri Lanka, more than animals, we are looking at plants. We've noticed that most of our protected areas are taken over by invasive species, especially plants. The problem with this is that most of these protected areas, pretty much all of them, are occupied by herbivorous mammals. And for them, you need food. But if this precious land is taken over by plants that they cannot eat, that's the problem. That's where habitat management comes in. Invasive plants are really good at taking over the land area from the natives. They spread fast, they grow fast, reproduce fast, and they have a way of suppressing the other growth. And when animals look for things to eat, there's nothing much. So if we try to sort of manage these animals inside protected areas, we also need to think of how to manage the landscape and how to manage their requirements, and primarily food.
The Lunugamvehera National Park, with its rich biodiversity, is an important habitat corridor for elephants as they migrate between the Yana and Lunugamvehera National Parks. In 2020, the FEO team conducted a focused scientific study in Lunugamvehera, in line with their ongoing project work of battling invasive alien plant species in our national parks. The results of the study showed that the ecological balance of this key park too was under severe threat by two invasive alien plant species that were degrading the lush habitat, and urgent action was called for.
The aim was to clear about 900 hectares of invasive land that consists of Lantana and Upatulia. But you just can't step into a park and start a project. So we did some groundwork, like the extent, the area, what percentage of the park is covered with the invasive species, what can be handled, how are we going to do that? Not just the method. Who's going to do it?
මම අභිවනාරකේ ගුණසේන ඉන්නේ අනවරණ ගම්මානයේ තමයි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ.
මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකට ආවිත් කොච්චර කාලයක්ද?
අපි 2020 පෙබරවාරි මාසේ 6 වෙනිදා මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක පටන් ගත්ත පළවෙනියෙන්ම අපි 4 දෙනෙක් වගේ කුඩා කණ්ඩායමකින් ඉඳලා පටන් ගත්තේ. දැන් අද වෙනකොට අපි ඉන්නවා 28ක් 30ක් වගේ කණ්ඩායමක් ඉන්නේ. අපි කියන්නේ මේ දැනට කරගෙන යන්නේ තත්තුන්ට ඉන්න නිවාහන පුනරුත්ථාපනය කරගෙන වගේ. ඒකට ඒගොල්ලන්ට බාධා සිද්ධ වෙන ආක්‍රමණික දාක වගේ ඉවත් කරගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ට ජීවත් වෙ යුතු පරිසරයක් හදාගෙන යනවා දැන් අපි ඉතින් තමයි කරන්නේ. මේකෙන් ගොඩාක් ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙනවා මේ දෙපැත්තකින්ම. මේකෙන් අපේ පෞල් ගානක් ජීවත් වෙනවා. මේකේ ආසාරෙන් ඒ වගේම සත්තුන්ගේ ඒ සුබදාදිරේ පැත්තත් හැදෙනවා. ඒක තමයි අපිට ගොඩක් දකින්න ලොකුම වැදගත්ම දේ ඒක තමයි. අපි ඉතින් දකින්න දැනට වැඩ කරන පෞල් 50කට වගේ ප්‍රාණයක් ඉන්නෝනේ. ඒ පෞල් ආශ්‍රිතවත් එතකොට අපි ගමේ දැනට කරගෙන යනවා මේ පරිසරය වෙනුවෙන් සංවිධානක වෙලා පරිසරය නගා හිටවන්න පරිසරයට අවශ්‍ය වැඩසටහන් ඒවත් කරගෙන යනවා. ඒවා ඉතින් අපිට ගොඩක් වටිනවා.
When you are doing protected area management, you have to understand that you cannot isolate the local communities. They live right next to the park. So that's where we thought that, okay, why not use this opportunity to sort of create an amicable environment? Why don't we engage these people to do the clearing? So you provide them a sort of a source of income. You get them to maintain their park. Most of these people have not been into the park, so now you see what's there, the animals. You feel that you are doing something for their survival. So that mindset automatically develops. So that's how we use that opportunity. So win-win situation. From one side, you are clearing the park. 2, you are getting the local community engaged. And 3, we are also looking at the research aspect, understanding how this works, so that we can replicate this in other protected areas in Sri Lanka.
In this integrated landscape approach to conservation, FEO currently employs between 50 to 60 members of the nearby community on the invasives removal, and over the past 2 years has successfully cleared over 700 hectares while actively engaging with the community and having a positive impact on their livelihoods and future. Embracing this integrated approach to conservation led us to a critical realization of the need to empower the children of this community, thus creating the next generation of conservationists from the area.
Enforce is the FEO Youth Alliance, established with a broader vision of creating awareness on environmental conservation and sustainable living in rural schools in Sri Lanka. We have specific objectives that include identifying passionate youth from grassroots level and empowering them to take conservation advocacy forward in their communities across the island. FEO has initiated a few projects in Colombo schools. However, our current focus has been to create a reliable and effective pilot program in the border village schools of Lunugamvehera National Park. We have worked extensively in 4 schools over the last year, and we hope to replicate this program in other strategic localities of the island in the future. FEO's future ambition for Enforce is to strategically empower rural school youth by providing equal opportunities where skill development, knowledge sharing, green jobs, and livelihoods. We have provided an open line of communication for these children with internal and external experts, facilitators, and advocates in their respective areas of interest. Through Enforce, we are beginning to see children becoming agents of change in their schools and communities. Exposure to the park and leading environmental educators had made these children vocal on behalf of wildlife, against poaching, deforestation, and has led them to drive sustainable development initiatives within their communities. FEO intends to continue to strengthen the connection these children have with their environment and to create long-lasting positive impacts for them and their communities.